Johnny Luna. You're on Checkitow.
Sick. Okay.
Check it out.
All right.
All right, so let's
Check
reference
it out.
let's reference the elephants in the room.
Okay.
We're wearing. I mean, I would say those are green shoes. I'm wearing my green shoes.
Okay.
So I mean, green was never my color, and all of a sudden, I'm like throwing it into my wardrobe. What's your excuse? What's your explanation?
I love SB Dunks, Nike Dunks, and these are the green apples. Mm-hmm. I don't know. When I was a kid, my mom says that I didn't sleep with a stuffed animal or anything, but I slept with a green apple. So my mom would have. So I have an apple tattoo, and my first word was apple. And
Okay, do you have a Samsung?
a
Samsung phone?
No, I have an Apple.
Okay, I
have
can
an
imagine.
iPhone.
Everything's Apple then, huh?
Yeah, but my she likes to tell the story of one night where like I wasn't sleeping, I was crying, and she drove to the grocery store and bought a green apple for me, and then I went to sleep when I was a baby.
Johnny, that was like 4 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I still live with my mom.
Are you comfortable there?
Yeah.
Johnny, so a friend of mine saw you perform, said you got to watch out for this kid. He's coming up.
Okay.
I saw some of your Instagram stuff, and I feel that I'm getting you before you blow up, right? Maybe not right before you blow up.
Definitely
Maybe you still got a
before.
couple more. Yeah, definitely before.
Yeah.
Like, but I can see the potential. I can see where
Okay.
you there's.
Thank you.
There's a lot of comics that have already kind of, especially Latin comics that are like LA, very Americanized, because we'll get into that.
Yeah, yeah.
You're of Mexican heritage, but let's be honest, like you talk like a white kid, right?
Bro, yeah, for sure.
Exactly. And have you ever met Felipe Esparza?
No, I haven't, but I know of him.
Do people want to
Felipe a
lump
lot.
the two of you guys in because you guys are tall and big?
I mean, the trend of tall, big Mexican guys is definitely, there's a lot of us, so.
There's not that many tall Mexican guys.
That is true. That is true. Tall is unique.
So how'd you get into comedy?
I mean, I always thought I was funny, I think. And then when I went to college, I went to film school. Mm-hmm. So I did like a lot of writing stuff, and I did improv and sketch. And then I tried stand-up, and I was like, this is the one for me more than any of the other types of comedy.
Where did you do stand-up for the first time?
In Boston. I went to school in Boston. And I did a stand-up class in my college. I went to liberal arts school, so we had a stand-up class.
Where'd you go? Boston College
Emerson College, yeah.
You're Mr. Smarty Pants.
I mean, no way. But it was okay. I'm okay. I'm all right. But I went there, and then took a class, and then did one show in Boston in like 2017. And then I didn't do it until 2019 in LA.
Interesting. Well, I mean, what kind of reaction did you get in Boston? Because Boston people are jerks. In fact, every time that I meet somebody from Boston here and they're a jerk to me, I respond by saying, you're the nicest person from Boston I've ever met in my life.
I love people from Boston. I met a lot of people that were from there when I went to school there. I mean, my shows were like for my friends, so like it wasn't crazy. It wasn't real Boston. I wasn't in the trenches of Boston.
It was liberal arts students from
exactly.
Emerson University.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, it's a different kind of laugh. They politely applauded their diverse friend. Were you any white kids like token like, oh look, I have a Mexican American friend, but he's really like he talks like us, but he's like, look, he's brown, he's our friend.
Oh yeah, I mean, still am. I mean, they don't say that, but yeah, I still am. It's not. It's,
Wait, what do you mean they don't say that, but you feel that that's the case? Like,
I mean, I don't feel like they think about it, but it definitely. I do look around. I'm like, I have a lot of white friends.
Interesting. Sure. So you grew up around mostly a Mexican community in Santa Ana?
Yeah, I grew up in Santa Ana in Orange County, and I went to I went to public school until I was in high school, and then I went to private Catholic high school.
Was that still mostly Latino, or was it
a lot of white people
Yeah.
in high school, yeah.
Okay.
From then on, and then Emerson's a lot of white people as well.
Interesting.
But I grew up around kids, Mexican kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but I mean, you don't have like the whole, vato thing going on. So when you were around the kids that did hold on to a little bit of, because there are some that still hold on to it.
Sure.
Was there like a chasm culturally between you and them that you would notice?
I mean, I don't know how far away I am from going down like that, but I don't know. I don't think in 8th grade I was around any kids who were totally like that.
Orange County, man.
Yeah. It's Orange County more than anything. I mean, I live in Huntington Beach now. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Like all the Mexicans down there are all American Mexicans. We actually have, I don't know if Oscar's still here, but he's Lalo's brother. I call him the all American Mexican. Like, you know, he has like, you know, an American flag hat and a pickup truck, and he's on time, and you know, it's like completely non-Mexican, but he's also very proudly Mexican at the same time.
Right.
So it's a very different dynamic.
Yeah, I don't really realize how Mexican I am until I talk to white people, and they don't know certain things, and then you're like, oh, like I've put a lot of my friends on to like al pastor tacos. You know what I mean? Like they don't even know about that stuff like that. I'd be like, you're only getting carne asada. You got to try some other stuff.
I love it. So growing up in Miami, I'm of Cuban descent. I was just around Cuban people,
Sure.
and we didn't realize how like Latin we were. My generation, because my generation thought my parents are Cuban. We're American. We were born in Miami. We're American. Mm-hmm. Our parents are from Cuba. They're the immigrants. We're Americans, right?
I feel that.
But then when we would leave Miami, we'd realize, number one, that we had accents. Like I remember like white kids, like we would leave to whatever, play sports or whatever. Yeah. They would be like, they would call us Tony Montana, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
We're like, what are you talking about? No, we're American just like you. We're, you know, our family, our parents are Cuban, but we speak English just like you. What are you talking? No, you guys have a fucking Spanish accent.
Yeah.
It would, and then I started like really listening. I'm like, oh damn, we kind of do, because we grew up talking Spanish and English at the same time.
For sure.
I still have, you know, kind of, people think when they meet me, what were you born in Cuba? No, I was born in Miami.
Yeah.
Like, but you have an accent. Yeah, but
you see Miami.
Yeah, I am. But you don't have a Spanish accent though. No. You have an Orange County white guy accent.
Oh, for sure.
What does your family think about it?
I mean, I think that I knew Spanish until I was like 4. And then I stopped. So
¿Tú no hablas
that's
español?
Why I talk like that. I mean, I more or less.
Háblame en español, Johnny.
No, I can't. Más o menos, you know.
Good. Is your name Johnny or is it Juan?
And then it's Johnny. Johnnnie.
Okay, so your mom's kind of Americanized then.
My mom is more Mexican, I would say, than my dad. My mom is first language Spanish. Her parents are from Mexico, and then my dad doesn't speak Spanish. His parents are from like Santa Ana, like for a long time.
So your dad's of the generation this happened. Like guys growing up in the 70s and 80s, their parents didn't want them to have this accent and to speak Spanish, so they denied them the Spanish language.
I don't know. I mean, my comedy, I kind of just look everything through the lens of my life. You know, I try to do like I'm doing like you know, stuff that's happening in the world or stuff that happens to me, and then just try to put it through my life, you know, like how am I reacting to the world?
And that's usually the mark of a great comedian, that you know, that can personalize it instead of just like coldly making observations. But okay, if you're making observations in the world, I have to ask you, what do you think of like all these deportations? Obviously, it's not affecting any of your close friends,
okay,
because they're all white kids. But I'm saying any acquaintances you have, any extended family members that might be kind of looking over their shoulder for, you know, ICE agents coming down the road?
I mean, I've definitely. I have friends who are worried. I mean, what do you mean? What's the question?
What's your take?
What's my take on it?
I mean,
it's horrible. I fucking hate it. But also, like the protests that happened, like no one told me about those.
Because you wanted to get there, you wanted to be at it.
I mean, I would have been there if someone told me. I feel like everyone was like, John he doesn't know. See, I need to get in with the people who are going there and stuff.
No,
I heard about it after it was happening. I'm like, I'm on your team. What the hell? My mom's parents were from Mexico, came here. I mean, I wouldn't be here unless they did that, you know. So I'm very against deporting people and everything.
Well, I feel that Mexicans and even let's throw in Canadians, like they're our neighbors. They should get special, like, okay, for sure. You're allowed to come in. You're the next door neighbor. You can come in. Like help yourself to some sugar.
100%. Yeah.
And also the amount of workers that we have, you know, it's like, so we'll see what happens. Eggs are definitely going up in price, and I don't know if that's related to that, but I'm not that sophisticated to know whether that's related.
Yeah, there's something about the bird. The birds are sick is the issue.
Oh God, that's what it is. Birds aren't real. We all know that. Come hang out in Hollywood a little bit more, although you definitely stake your claim to Orange County.
Yeah.
And be the guy that like owns that. Like there's the comedians that like own the Inland Empire, right?
Yeah,
they own the Brea Improv. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Richard Villa from Refried Comedy. Like he owns the Brea Improv.
I just did a show with him. Yeah.
How's he doing?
He did good.
God, you know what? You just reminded me. He was supposed to be on today because the last time he couldn't make it, I said, I'll let you know the next time I'm taping Checkitow.
Okay.
And I forgot about him, and you basically took his place.
Well, I'm glad.
Okay, like, let him know. By the way, I took your spot in the Checkitow podcast, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
On the Check It Out podcast.
Because it's like, well, Check It Out is like, have you ever seen Scarface?
No. I'm so sorry.
Because I'm a Cuban kid from Miami.
I get it.
You just go grab a fork and stick it in my heart. I would rather you do that than tell me you've never seen Scarface.
I'll watch it. I went to film school too.
Yeah, you should watch it. You'll watch it the next couple of days. In the beginning,
I'll watch it in honor of you.
Thank you. There's actually only 2 Cubans in the cast because Tony Montana is played by Al Pacino, who does the worst Cuban accent of all time, which is hilarious at the time, but it's still a really good movie. One of the Cubans in the cast is Angel Salazar, who's a comedian. I don't know.
Oh, Salazar. That's my mom's name.
And he used to say, check it out. Check it
out.
out.
Okay, yeah.
Check it out, but Cubans always drop the last letter of any word. Okay. I didn't know that gracias had an S at the end.
Okay.
Until I came out here and Mexicans taught me how to speak Spanish.
Yeah, gracias.
Gracia. That's a Cuban
okay, yeah.
We're in a hurry. Let's talk about a big influence on your life, your mom.
Okay, yeah.
What was her impact in your life? What she's obviously like a source of a lot of jokes in your stand-up routine. It kind of always comes back to her.
Yeah,
bit, right?
Yeah, I'll talk about my mom a lot. Cause she's a good sport. She I used to perform in Orange County a lot at this club called the Rec Room in Huntington Beach, and it closed down. But for like the first 3 years of doing comedy, like I would be there all the time, and she would always go watch my shows there. She was very supportive, going to all my shows. But in my life, yeah, my mom is like. My parents are separated. They've never been together. So like my whole life, I've gone back and forth.
They couldn't get divorced because they never got married in the first place.
Right.
I saw that joke. Hilarious.
Thank you. Yeah, but since I was a kid, I've gone back and forth. So like, and then when I was like 14 or 15, I like completely kind of left my dad's and like went to stay with my mom full time. So like I've like always and also like my dad's side, he has like I have a stepmom, I have sisters, so like they kind of have a whole thing going on.
Are you an only child?
On my mom's side, it's only me and my mom.
Oh, yeah, she must love you.
Yeah, so it's so we've always had a close relationship. It's pretty much me and my mom.
Did you when you bring her up in your comedy routine? I can imagine most of the time she finds it like as a compliment, endearing, and she likes being part of it. Has there ever been a joke that she was just like, yeah?
I mean, I'll run with stuff sometimes, but she knows it's a joke. She knows that it's all a joke.
Tell me the one where it was. Oh, but it's a joke. Tell me that one. How did she react?
Well, my mom is also she was an LA County sheriff.
Was she part of the gang?
she was an LA County sheriff during the bad times for sure.
But the LA County, that the LA County sheriffs had their own internal gang, right?
Sure, yeah.
You know about that?
I don't know if she's a part of it. She has some tattoos, but I don't know. We'll see. I need to ask her about that.
Okay, so how did that? What was the joke that you made about that she maybe second guessed or would have rather you not said?
I don't know exactly the joke, but I think just like. Sometimes she gets a little touchy if I'm like do like anti-cop stuff and things like that.
Ooh.
Even more than talking about her, but I don't know.
Is she still a cop?
No, she's retired. Yeah.
How's that pension?
She got I'm sure it's great. I don't know. I live with her. I live with her for free, so must be pretty good.
Now, so living with your mom, all right? This is good material for the beginning of your stand-up career. At some point, you're going to take off and you're going to have to decide, should I stay living at my mom's because this makes up a portion of my material? Or is it time for me to move out the house?
Yeah.
Move to Hollywood.
Yeah.
Live a block away from the Comedy Store.
Yeah. And
then I have to rethink my whole set.
I mean, yeah, once I get money, for sure, I'll definitely move out. leave my mom behind.
Because I bet... I don't like to pry too much into personal stuff if it's too touchy, but I bet now doing stand-up comedy, you're having an easier time meeting ladies.
Oh, interesting.
Right? I mean, it's a little easier to meet people. Let's not even ladies. Let's just say
you're meeting people all the time. That is true, and it's all new people. You're around new people every day.
And I'm sure if you when you crush, people come up to you after a set.
Yeah, that's true.
Where maybe like.
Yeah.
Before that, it might have been, I don't know what your life was like. You seem very personable. Like, you probably make friends easy, but it's a whole new thing when you crush on stage and you get off and you're hanging by the bar, and all of a sudden people are kind of like nodding at you, and you can.
Yeah. Yeah. True. Yeah. Yeah. That's funny you say that. 'Cause I feel like I'm in conversation maybe a little bit awkward, but on stage, you know, you have all that written, you're ready to go. So it definitely helps to meet people. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird to bring people back to my mom's house.
Okay, well, how does that work?
I don't know. Text my mom. Hey, I haven't really done it. I've only done it with like people that I've been seeing for like a while.
Okay. Interesting.
It's never like, oh, I'll bring someone back to my mom's house the night I meet them.
Oh, Johnny, I feel like I've known you for years now, man.
But my mom's house, it's all just like pictures of me and like pictures of Jesus. Like that's her vibe. It's just like, it's a weird vibe to bring someone into.
It's like a testament. It's like a chapel, a church of you.
Yes, exactly.
And people are like, wow, you're really into yourself. And it's like, no, this is my mom's house. You didn't tell me this is your mom's house. Yeah, I wouldn't have had my pictures. There's no pictures of you holding a fish, right?
No.
Okay, don't have that. So I don't understand why there's some guys you go to their profile and it's them holding a fish.
I haven't gotten to that level of white guy yet. Holding a fish on a boat.
Well, comedians hang out with other comedians because they can't hang out with like normal people.
Sure, yeah, I could see, I agree with that.
Right. So what is it like in your group of friends? Like, is everyone always on? Because I feel like when I was hanging out with comedians, everyone was still kind of like the banter backstage still had to kind of live up to a certain level of humor and.
I mean, it depends. Definitely on, and it does get to a point where like sometimes you're like, okay, can we be serious? And this is a interesting example, I think, but my dog, my mom's dog died on Tuesday, a couple days ago.
Oh no.
Yeah, very sad. But I was sorry.
Wait, is this the Chihuahua that weighs like 22 pounds?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that I have the joke about.
Yeah, that's 400 pounds if you
in Chihuahua pounds. Yeah.
You know, my mom made me fat because she has a little Chihuahua now who is 22 pounds. That's like 400 pounds in Chihuahua pounds. This dog is 7 inches tall. Her BMI is 90. This dog. My mom doesn't even walk her anymore. She just carries her around the neighborhood.
Yeah, that dog passed away on Tuesday. And I was afraid a little bit to tell my friends because I was like, because I'm like someone who'll make a joke about anything. And I was kind of like, the night that it happened, I was like, I don't want you guys to make jokes about this.
Because it supplies obvious tags to your joke.
Of course, of course.
And at some point,
and I've already done some.
Okay. At some point, you're gonna it gave you just more material to add on to this already funny joke that's popular and gets a good reaction. Now you have a tag on it.
Oh, 100%, yeah. But definitely that night, I was like, do I want to tell some of my friends? Like, I know they're gonna make jokes about it.
That's the thing about comedian friends. You can't have so I have like spiritual friends that are always serious, right?
Sure.
And are always ready for that heavy talk and are always ready for emotion and don't crack jokes, right? And then my comedian friends is the opposite.
Yeah.
You can't. If you need any ounce of sensitivity, you're not gonna get it from them.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, right?
And I mean, sometimes I have a problem turning it off. I remember when I was like a freshman in college, and I remember I was like in bed with my girlfriend, like my freshman year girlfriend, and she goes, "Who are you performing for?" I was like, I do remember that, but
well, you could have said, "I'm performing for you." Like,
sure, yeah, I'm sure I said that. I just remember.
Or the ghost in the room. Jeez Louise, do you believe in ghosts?
I would probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's a Mexican thing. I mean, Catholic thing.
Yeah, Latin thing. Were you raised Catholic?
Oh yeah.
And you went to Catholic school, obviously.
Yeah, I went to Catholic high school, raised Catholic.
But you didn't reject a lot of that?
I mean, I don't go to church now.
So you just kind of like, whatever, kind of like at it. Yeah, okay. Or do you have a relationship with God in a very Catholic Christian sense?
I mean, there's probably an underlying thing of just like, because I went so much when I was a kid.
Catholic guilt?
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, I don't go to church now or anything. But I'm sure there's some sort of feeling inside of me that makes me not do things or gives me some sort of comfort and stuff.
Someone's always watching.
Yeah.
Do you know who? The ghost of your mom's dog.
Yeah,
always
I have
watching
been feeling that.
Yeah.
I've been feeling that more than anything. Promise.
And then listen, once you crack it big and you have a big following,
yeah,
and I hit you up, I'm like, hey man,
yeah,
you're not like you're hitting your stride, and you come back here, you're gonna come back here, right? You're not gonna big league me and say,
I'm down. I'll be back.
Okay, good. Johnny Luna, you've been on Checkitow with our green shoes. Yeah.
Thank you.
I call these my spiritual grippies.
Okay.